Hello again, fabulous family of faith. Welcome back. So we're back again with another Impact Sunday video. This Sunday, we're going to talk about more philanthropic work that we do here at Friendship West. Earlier this year, your president called for a government shutdown, which calls for government employees to not get paid. Our senior pastor, along with our social justice department, went down to protest.
Hey, ho ho! Shutdown furlough's got to go! Hey, hey! Ho ho! Shutdown furlough's got to go! Hey, hey!
Listen, we're down here supporting government workers. Sadly, there's been a shutdown by the lying king, Trump, and he decided to shut down the government, even though the government, again, did not need to be shut down for a wall that is impractical, a wall that is a lie. And so we're down here to support them. I'm glad to have with us our Minister of Justice, Minister Danielle Ayers, our executive assistant to both Minister Ayers and Pastor Damian Paulette. I want to thank both of them for their support, because Friendship West, when injustice is there, we're going to show up to fight it, because we are down for the Christ cause, and the Christ cause always stands for those who cannot stand for themselves, and that's why we're here.
And because of this senseless shutdown, we decided to step up and help. Now, during this time, the government workers were required to come to work, yet not receive any financial compensation for their work, and that's where you came in and stepped up. If you remember, we took up a special offering for all of our members that were government employees to help them out with the bills and necessities. Here's a letter from one of our wonderful members, Melanie, whom you benefited from your generosity. Dear Friendship West family, I call you all family because that's how I felt since I discovered this church in 2015. I really do appreciate you all, not just for the monetary gift, but for feeding my soul on so many occasions. I was working at the state penitentiary and desperately wanted a new job. I had filled out every application possible from Southeast Texas to Houston. Then I remembered praying and saying, okay, Lord, I will go wherever you send me. Then I began filling out applications all over Texas. Immediately, I got an offer for employment for everything that I had prayed for. Only problem was it was located in the DFW area. I had not ever lived in this part of Texas, but I obeyed and moved to the Cedar Hill area. I grew extremely depressed and lonely being away from friends and family. One day, I decided I was going to find me a church. The first church turned me away because they were doing communion. I remember crying and thinking I would just go home. I was in disbelief that a church would not let me inside. When I got in the car, I began crying again and began to head back to Cedar Hill, but I stopped and Googled the nearest church again. It was Friendship West. I was so intimidated when I pulled into the parking lot. I'm from a small town and used to small churches. I walked in, sat down, and cried more. This was a cry of relief. I felt as if I had made it home. During this government shutdown, I had to press inward. I want to thank everyone who has given anything or prayed for anyone who is affected by this shutdown. I am an essential worker, meaning I am working without pay. Many of us are having to make choices we never thought that we would have to make being a working citizen, such as choosing between daycare, light, rent, mortgage, etc. I kept telling myself to lean not on your own understanding, and this too shall pass. It is hard at times, but my faith is still pushing me forward. Thank you for all your prayers and kind words. Thank you, Albany, for being my virtual shoulder during this time in my life. Tears fall as I write this letter because the church has truly been a blessing. Thank you all for being a church that can walk it like they talk it. Bless each and every one of you. Keep us in your prayers. Sincerely, Melanie, an essential government worker. See, your giving makes an impact day in and day out to people all over this community. Again, I must say thank you. Thank you, Friendship West, for your continued support. Thank you, Friendship West, for your generosity. Thank you, Friendship West, for your willingness to keep giving to the kingdom of God. You are the real MVP.